I didn't know that I was going to be able to love her the way that I do. I thought that I would always look at her like she had a defect, and I don't. And it was a real lesson for me. I'm Maggie Rearden. I'm a senior writer for CNET News, and I have an 18-month-old daughter named Margot who was born with Down syndrome. So I found out Margot's diagnosis prenatally. I was 39 when I was pregnant, and so I was considered advanced maternal age, and they offered me a blood test that would tell me, that would basically count the chromosomes for the baby. This is a whole new era. It's being offered to a lot of women. I took the test, not because I was concerned about any sort of genetic issue, but I just wanted to find out if she was going to be a girl or a boy. When I found out that she had Down syndrome, I was devastated. I remember I was sitting on my couch, I got the phone call, and I just cried. This wasn't what I expected. This wasn't, you know, when you get pregnant, you have all these visions of what your life is going to be like, what your child is going to be like. Is she going to look like me? Is she going to, you know, read Judy Blume like I did? Is she going to have a sense of humor? And then you get news like this, and I thought, all that's gone. She's not going to do any of those things. She's not going to look like me. She's not, you know, am I going to be able to love this child? I'm going to have to take care of her for the rest of my life. You know, and when you're first pregnant, it's just a shock to know you're going to have to take care of somebody for 18 years. But then when you think about, you know, you have to take care of them forever, it was scary. It was scary. Things are changing so drastically for people with Down syndrome. You know, like I was born in the early 70s, and it's vastly different, right? I mean, kids now go to school together. It's very likely that she's going to be in a typical classroom with typical peers, and that these kids will be her friends. And I'm really confident that that's going to happen. I know it's going to take some work on our part, but that's okay, because she's worth it. You know, they're just kids, you know, and they're going to have some challenges. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. People with Down syndrome tend to have low muscle tone. Now, what we've found out, and what research now knows, is that if you do a lot of physical therapy, particularly early on, you know, you start right away, you can train those muscles, so it makes a big difference.
Baby wants to eat with her spoon, okay, baby?
One of the services that Margot receives is speech feeding therapy. Just like you would train your muscles so that you could run a marathon, well, we have to train Margot's muscles to be able to learn how to eat and learn how to speak. And it's really interesting that the same muscles that you use to eat as an infant, and as those things develop, they're the same muscles that they use in their mouth to make sounds and to talk. Margot practices chewing on her chewy tube and moving her tongue around. You know, we've seen a lot of progress. Just like you know, a mother bird with her baby bird, you know, you got to prepare them to leave the nest at some point. And even for children who have disabilities and challenges, you know, we have to figure out a way and give her some independence. And I also think that just people want independence. She's going to want that. You know, I want her to have all those things. You know, I don't care if she goes to Harvard.
These are good bubbles.
There's a lot of bumps in the road that come with parenting any child, right? And so what Mark and I had to learn, my husband and I had to learn early on, is, you know, you don't know what you're going to get. Anything can happen when you're raising a child, and you know, we're just going to love her and try to give her the best that we can so that she is the best she can be, and that's all we can do.